Hello friends, we are again here with all of you with our session, and the topic for today is very interesting. We'll be speaking about the entrepreneur mindset. Entrepreneurship is the normal norm, and with the startups, it has become more relevant to understand how entrepreneurship can help the economy grow. But is entrepreneurship only about ideas? Because anyone can have great ideas, but not everyone who's having a great idea becomes a successful entrepreneur. So, in our today's discussion, we will focus on the right mindset to be a successful entrepreneur. And to explore this, we have with us Dr. Brigadier Sunil Kumar Moudgil, founder of Moudgil Learning and Development Solutions, and we have with us Anurag Jain, founder and CEO of Agile Vibes, and I am your host, Juhi Gupta, partner Experiential Learning's Agile Vibes. So to start off with our discussion, we'll start off with Sunil sir, because he is the right person who can throw the light on the right attitude, and then we'll have insights from Anurag, who himself is an entrepreneur. So sir, over to you.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you, Juhi ma'am. Excellent. Anurag sir, very kind of you have joining today's session, because you are, the way Juhi ma'am said, you are the entrepreneur. So you're, I'm honored. Well, let me ask you a small question. I'll also give the answer. The question is, what is one thing which is common among Sachin Tendulkar, Shah Rukh Khan, and Dhirubhai Ambani? Apart from they all from Mumbai and they stuff like that, and they were all famous. What is one thing common among these people? Three of them. Can you just make a guess?
Attitude?
No, professionally. Professionally, again, what I'm trying to say, Sachin was a great cricketer. He said in the beginning of his childhood, he made a purpose that I want to bring the World Cup to the country. Shah Rukh Khan, when he landed in Mumbai, generally the word said that he said, "मैं इस नगरी के ऊपर राज करूँगा." Dhirubhai Ambani said, "I'll make a lot of money and stuff like that." So what is three? All three are great entrepreneurs in a sliding scale. Dhirubhai number one, Shah Rukh Khan number two, Sachin Tendulkar number three. Now people say, Sachin was a cricketer. How do you say he was an entrepreneur? Do you know, when he started his career as a cricketer, quickly gone into entrepreneurship? Remember 2002, Sachin has put in money in restaurant business, eatery. He started his first business in Mumbai, then gone to some metro cities like Bengaluru and all that. The restaurant's name used to be Tendulkar's and Sachin's and stuff like that. He was in that business for some time. Then he shifted to, personal care in the big bazaar. There is a thing called Sach, used to be there. His line of clothes used to be there in big bazaar. Then in 2013, he went into the, different business, travel portal with a UAE, some company. He put in a lot of money, 7.5% share. And he was also the brand ambassador for that, to promote that portal. And after a few years, he came out and stuff like that. And then in sports, a lot of franchises he came up. Indian Super League and badminton and kabaddi and all that. And also simulations you see in some of the malls which you go and see, Sachin's simulation kind of playing. And also you will know in 2017, he also has the venture for one of the mobile, and which was only available through Flipkart. So there's one after another, Sachin has gone into venture when he was playing. Sachin is also an entrepreneur. Shah Rukh Khan, yes, you all know, he's quite famous because of T20, Calcutta Knight Riders. So he made big money because of that. He was an entrepreneur too. And Dhirubhai, everyone knows how the whole empire has come up. When I say sliding, why? Because Dhiru was absolutely clear he wanted to make money. And that's generally a businessman's way of thinking, is wants to make profits. Shah Rukh Khan wanted to do Raj on Mumbai. So he was not exactly into the entrepreneurship. And Sachin he wanted to bring the World Cup to India. That was not a profitable or lost business. He was somewhere else. So what it says, entrepreneurs means you got to have a clear sense of direction if you want to be really successful. The more direction is clear, likely your chances to be more successful. That is what I was trying to come up. You know, there's a very beautiful saying by a person who got Nobel Prize in Literature, 1925. The name was George Bernard Shaw. He said there are three kinds of people. One, those who make things happen. And second, those who watch things happen. And third, those ask, oh, what did happen? So I'm sure the first one, those make things happen, are the entrepreneurs. And all others look at them. Oh my God, Dhirubhai Ambani, my God, Mukesh Ambani. They just look at him and then talk and all that part. You know? They're not in the first category. So what's your views, Anurag Ji, before we further start on that? Yes. Yes.
So totally agree with you. Though I don't have an immediate anecdote to connect with it, but I totally agree with you. There are people who kind of who roll up their sleeves and get things done. And they are always regarded more by not only by the industry, but by everybody. And those who try to follow up their footsteps, they are always, they are always follower. So leaders have to do things themselves. They have to create. That I totally agree with. Juhi, you want to add on something here?
Yeah, Juhi ma'am.
No, I completely agree with that, entrepreneurs are people who actually create. Now, in addition to, again, coming back to what I stated earlier, that along with ideas, you also need to have that zeal to succeed. You also need to have that mindset that, yes, I have to do it. Otherwise, there are so many people you come across in your lives who always keep on telling, I want to do this, I want to do that. But how many of them actually enter or become an entrepreneur? There lies the difference. So, sir, I want you to now throw light on that, what makes that difference from crossing the line from an idea to implementation.
Yes, very, very good. You know, the entrepreneurs have a mindset. The way they approach a challenge, it's a beautiful mindset. It's basically state of mind. You know, entrepreneurship is nothing. It's a state of mind. It is here. Why? Because they have something here to visualize, and then they make a concept of what business they want to be. You know, some visualization. They don't need the money to start with. Venture capitalists will come. They will, find out the finance from somewhere. Banks are going to finance your project, but they have some visualization. So it's a mind game. Entrepreneurship is totally a state of mind. So the way they approach problems, and the moment they find there are problems, they have answers. एक पुरानी story है, I can also say. एक marketing के लिए one person goes to some town and people send him. 20-30 years back I used to listen to, but it's very relevant. Marketing के लिए एक को भेजा गया, marketing executive को somewhere at a distant town, and on telephone he says, sir, यहाँ पे nobody shoes की business में थे, sir यहाँ तो nobody wears shoes and all that, so we can't run a business here. So sir, no problem, and let me come back, and this place is not the one where we can expand. He comes back. The boss sends another person. He finds, oh my God, sir, such a big opportunity. He says, what happened? Sir, nobody is wearing shoes. My God, look at. So we have such a big business opportunity in this environment. So the entrepreneurs always look at a challenge from a different perspective, and that is one of the biggest quality of entrepreneurs. The challenge, the way they take it, and they know it. This challenge is going to be very difficult. They may fail 10 times, 100 times, but they are not going to leave it. They are not going to leave it. They don't. I have another story to say. 9 rabbits. I generally say very many times. They don't have that mind of a person who tries to catch the rabbits. The story of 9 rabbits. No, lawn के अंदर 9 rabbits थे. One person is trying to catch a rabbit जो नजदीक है उसके. But the moment he or she is going to catch that, the rabbit, being very agile, runs away. Then he changes his mind. He starts looking at the second one. Oh, this is too far off. Let me try the second one. Then let me try the third one. Let me try fourth one. The whole day he is not able to catch even one. And similarly, these challenges are so dynamic. If you are not able to fix on one and then have a strategy and the tactics to handle that, you cannot be an entrepreneur. Sachin was playing such a beautiful game, world won, but he could never be an entrepreneur. He was into one business, restaurant business. He was into the portal, travel portal. He was into sports. He was into mobile. You cannot. He gets into one for few years, come out. Get into another one few years, come out. So he might have made little money because of his name, but he was never a example people must be looking at to be an entrepreneur. So entrepreneurs have visualization, and then they have a concept, and they muster financial. People are there. When people like your visualization, how you can bring up something in the environment as a product or a service, a lot of people come and they say we are ready to add on whatever the finance is required. We are going to pitch it. Is there? Yes, don't you think? Anurag ji? Yes. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Again, I mean, even in my corporate life, when we were working on number of projects, so it always pays to focus on a particular project or a particular hurdle. And even right now, I'm in my entrepreneurial journey, I can totally kind of relate to that. If you want to get anything done, just stay focused on that. You have to forget everything else. Only then you will get it, because as you rightly gave the example of 9 rabbits, catching even one of them is not going to be easy, and you have to remain focused.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what comes to my mind.
So, sir, I want Anurag to here actually highlight a little about his journey, that how he is keeping himself focused and what are the challenges he faced. Because I'm sure people who are into their startups has been facing certain challenges. So how to keep yourself motivated during challenging times?
Yes.
Okay, difficult. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah. Share something out of your journey, because what are the challenges you have and how you are taking care of those challenges,
Yes.
So it will be the horse's mouth. Very good.
Okay, so obviously the first challenge is to keep myself focused in spite of whatever challenges we are facing. The first thing I do is I keep myself physically, should I say, stressed out. So when I go for my physical exercise in the morning every day, so I go for a jog in my park, in a park adjacent to my society, and there's a particular stretch there where I do a high intensity run. I sprint. Now, before I'm approaching that stretch, 20 meters before that, my mind is saying, you're feeling tired. आज छोड़ देते हैं इसे, बहुत थक गए हैं. Suddenly my legs start aching, and that's when I tell my mind, इसे करना है. रास्ते में रुकेंगे, देखी जाएगी, गिरेंगे, देखी जाएगी, पर इसे full speed से करना है. And when I get into it and when I start running, suddenly the body, everything is no pain. Suddenly the body is kind of coordinating. And when I complete that 300-meter sprint, I feel wonderful. Suddenly I feel I have the energy to go and take any challenge in my job. So that's one of the best motivator I have every day to keep myself focused. Another thing is the goals that I have set. So in Agile Vibes, we have set a goal of bringing agility and joy in the lives of 10 million people by 2025. Now that becomes my immediate and almost every time my key guiding principle whenever I'm lost. Okay, ये जो कर रहे हैं सही है? Are we on the right path? Is it going to lead us to anything? Is it going to give us reward? Every time that becomes a barometer or a kind of checkpoint to kind of check myself. So these are the two things that comes immediately to my mind, Juhi.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Anurag. Now, sir, I would also like you to share, because you yourself are an entrepreneur and you have been into the journey from being into army where you've been serving the nation, then servicing the society through your training programs, and now running your own organization by the name Moudgil Learning and Development Solutions. So, sir, what have been the challenges in your journey?
Great, very good. My journey is, if you connect with the entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship is a process. If you connect the same JP Morgan, uh, go as far as you can. When you get there, you'll be able to see farther. So when I came out of the army, I joined an institute as dean and student development, and so I did not like it because I wanted to interact with more and more people, as many people as possible. So I thought training is a beautiful area. I saw people doing it. So I thought, let me get into the trainings. Because being an engineer, IIT BHU guy, and parallelly I've done MTech equivalent when I was in army. So I thought you cannot stand and interact with the people by just being engineer. It is a management field. So I quickly got into management, did my PGDM, MBA, PhD in management and all that parallelly. And also working on my single-handedly focus to rekindle the lives of as many people as possible. I never said 1 million, 500,000. Why? Because I was absolutely all out for that. I was doing back-to-back trainings. I was traveling 6-7 cities in 7-8 days, traveling, coming back midnight at 2 o'clock, 2:30 and 3 o'clock, and morning 7 going to Gurgaon to take another training at 9 o'clock. No, and there are times, a good friend of mine, Mr. Prashant, is there. If he also listens to it when I post there, and I was coming back from Bangalore at about 2, the flight was late. I said, friend, I'm not going to Greater Noida. It will take me 1.5 hour drive from the airport. Please put me closer to the airport. I will save 1 hour. In the morning, I'll save 1 hour, but I'll be able to sleep for 2 hours. My flight landed at 2:30. 3 o'clock, I checked into one hotel there. 6, he picked me up, and we gone for 8 o'clock training. So I could sleep 2 hours extra. The clear sense of direction and what I wanted to do, and nobody will ever do it. Not going to own residence and then relaxing and coming up, freshening up. I said, no, put me in a hotel nearby. He put me on a hotel very close to the airport, and in the morning he picked me up and we gone there. He said, hell of a thing, sir, you in the same town. I said, I'm saving 2 hours. There's a mindset of a entrepreneur, and that is too much with me. Though entrepreneur is for profits, you have a venture, you collect the labor and collect the finances and put them into the venture, the company what you have, and you are creating a product or service for profits. Mine basic idea was not to make profits. So I was an entrepreneur, which more on a non-profit kind of entrepreneur. I wanted to make difference in the lives of people and still doing it. So, it's very important. The question one must ask when you are into entrepreneurship, that how many times you get a chance to go down in the hierarchy or whatever you do. And let me share, if you are owner of a shop, you don't get the person who make the dusting in the shops, make it clean in the morning, and you are sitting at the finance table and all that, being the boss. Can you do that as an owner? You can't. As an employee, you can do it. Employee may stand and wait for someone to clean, unless it is clean and all that, that employee will wait. No, cleaner has not come, so I will do my job, the cleaner will do. No, the owner will say, don't worry, I will do your job also, I'll do your job also, because once you have that mind of entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. I am very fond of telling story for this. In Chandni Chowk, ladies at about 7:30 go to a sari shop, and there was an employee, he was putting the shutters down, and the lady says, no, we want to see it. He said, ma'am, don't worry, we have so much of stuff. Today we are just closing down, do one thing, tomorrow morning 9:30 we open, please come, we'll show you a lot of stuff, not to worry, ma'am. He was very decent, but he puts the shutter down. And if he would have been a owner of the shop, the ladies would have said, sir, we want to see some sarees and all that, will you show it? He has brought the shutter down, he will do it once, twice and push it up. They say, sir, band ho rahi hai dukaan? No, I was checking out the greasing, it was making noise. So I'm putting it up, ma'am, please come and I'll show it to you. Oh, bhaiya, jaldi se ek plate samosa lekar aao, something like that. He is never in a hurry. The clear sense of direction, persistence, determination, that what you want to do it. And then only you become an entrepreneur. That is very, very important. Is it, ma'am? Yes?
Yes, sir. Completely in agreement. I mean, I am not an entrepreneur, but yes, I'm working as a freelancer, and I do come across many entrepreneurs who ask me for some consultation. And what I have actually felt is that at times, being in startups, and because these people are quite young, so what happens is they don't have this persistence to continue. So the only thing which I can also make out from Anurag's journey and from your journey is that be persistent. Don't give up. Whenever you feel like giving up, just imagine the big picture. Just imagine what you see yourself after 5 years, and that will keep you pushing. So with that, since we are also coming closer to the time, I would request first Anurag to please add on some closing comments to this, and then we'll come to Brigadier sir for some additions or his closing comments.
Thank you, Juhi. In fact, I wanted to ask Sunil sir to share some story, and he just did that. So thanks, sir, for that. I think, Juhi, the point you made in the last, that is the most important point I can take out from this conversation today. Persistency, being continuously doing what you want to do. And I just want to I read this somewhere and I'm not sure whether it's correct, but I think it is, that Warren Buffett also believes in the philosophy of being consistent, being continuously doing. So talks from the perspective of investing, but his point is nobody is as smart as, let's say, entire market, and nobody can outbeat the market continuously for a long period of time. But if you are consistently making an effort, you will be able to generate sustainable profits over a period of time. So the point that I'm trying to reflect here is being persistent in your approach, continuously giving up, not consistently trying, and not to give up. That's the key point.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sir, over to you.
Yeah, I think one of the ways which I'm very happy about Anurag also, to create that mindset of entrepreneur, sports is one of the best way. Every entrepreneur must play sports for 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, at least 1 to 2 hours in a week without fail. What sports helps you, no? When you are looking at it? It gives you a sense of imagination. You are in a challenge, you are with a competitor, you are playing 1-to-1, say racket sports, 1-to-1. You're playing football, hockey, a team sport. It gives you a concept, a thought of a imagination. Suppose you are playing a football, you imagine where the ball must reach before your player must be able to reach there. You evolve. Imagination is something which is not there, but you are trying to make the imagination real. And similarly in racket shots, when you place a shuttle or give a shot, you always imagine that my competitor will not be able to reach there. You know, it gives you a sense of imagination, which is one of the very beautiful quality for entrepreneurs. And also it boosts your morale. Any game when you win against good or bad, highly competitive players or otherwise, it gives you a sense of boost morale. You feel always happy about it when you win a game. You know, winning makes you always happy. And when you don't win it, you always try to find it out what are the skill sets which I am missing. I must be able to acquire that, so that you take that person as a challenge, that unless I beat this person, I'm not going to leave. You know, in sports, this kind of spirit is always there. Anyone you lose a game from, you always have in mind, I have to beat this guy. Let me see where is the skill set missing, where I'm going wrong. And that is what is required in the business environment. To capture the market, to beat your competitor. If you are not able to do that, you always look for improving your skill set, always dynamic to improve, and that is what sports teaches you. And also, sports is the one which gives you energy. It gives you a lot of energy, as much as possible. People, when they feel tired, they play for 1 hour, they may sweat, but they feel fresh thereafter, isn't it? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So my recommendation to people, those are budding entrepreneurs, they must play a sport. Sports is the one which will help you to understand how the challenges are supposed to be taken and how the imagination has to put it on practice when they get into some kind of age. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So today we had an opportunity to hear perspectives from two very successful, I would say, to successful entrepreneurs who have been come across through different journeys, one from a corporate background and one from an army background. And we have heard them that what practically can should be your formula to have the right mindset to be a successful entrepreneur. With that, we close our meeting for today. And please do write, share, comment, and let us know what are the topics you would like to hear, where we can discuss. And if you also want to be part of our journey, do let us know. We'll be happy to have you in our discussions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Brigadier sir. Thank you, Juhi, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Beautiful
Thank you,
perspective.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Juhi ma'am.